Hey, I got your back at the pay-per-view, just in case Triple H or Randy Orton try to get involved again.
Hey, I really appreciate that. You've been such a big help, which is... I hate to ask for another favor, but would you be willing to show me the calf crusher?
I don't know, man. That's kind of my thing, you know? Can't be giving out all my secrets just in case we have to face each other again someday.
Look, I need help if I'm gonna beat Cena in this submission match. I mean, I'll get down on my knees and beg if I have to.
Oh my... Stand up. I'll show it to you.
Awesome. I owe you one.
Don't worry. I'm sure we'll settle up at some point.
I'm sorry for how you've been treated by Triple H, but unfortunately, there's not much else I can do to help at this point. Yeah, tell me about it. He's still holding one against me from 5 years ago. Anyway, good luck in your submission match versus Cena. Avoid the STF at all costs.
Coming up shortly is what we'll encounter. We have one of our breakout talents against Chad Gable.
And we'll see which one of these superstars can get the submission to win this thing.
Get ready to feel the buzz. It's Buzz.
The following contest is a submission match. Making his way to the ring from Manchester, England, weighing in at
Chad Gable, big opportunity here tonight.
and from Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing in at
unique environment here as we kick off this submission match.
Somebody's ego is going to be severely bruised after this submission match, guys. Nobody ever likes to utter the words, "I quit."
This guy can go toe-to-toe with anybody. He's inflicting some serious pain here. Mat slam with some attitude. Oh, I think this man needs business. Nothing pretty about that elbow.
The WWE Universe witnessed a classic submission match at 2016's Extreme Rules event. The Queen, Charlotte Flair, defended her women's championship against Natalya. The one thing I thought was unfair about the match is that there was a ban against the Nature Boy Ric Flair being at ringside. If Flair appeared, Charlotte would lose the match and her women's crown.
Corey, you spoke of the submission match between Charlotte Flair and Natalya, and I need to point out that this match was not Flair's figure eight versus Natalya's sharpshooter. Victory could be achieved by making your opponent tap out to any submission maneuver. I think we all know why the Nature Boy was banned from ringside.
When Natalya had Charlotte locked in the sharpshooter, it seemed that the Queen of Hearts was going to be crowned the new champion. Of course, that was until Dana Brooke distracted Natty, giving Charlotte the opening to lock on the figure eight and force Natalya to submit. It wouldn't be a Flair match without a little bit of controversy, would it? One of the things a superstar who's competing in a submission match has to be careful of is if they have an injury or have been injured in the past and people know about it. You can bet in a submission match that your opponent is going to target that body part immediately. It's like having a giant bullseye on an arm, leg, ankle, or shoulder.
Chad Gable doing a great job of turning that around. Byron, you brought up that a submission match can be especially dangerous for a competitor who's injured or had a known injury. I think that's why it's just as important in a submission match to be able to reverse the submission move from an opponent as it is to apply a submission maneuver to an opponent. If a superstar can't reverse an opponent's submission, then they're certainly going to be in trouble.
Some superstars have more than one submission at their disposal and it becomes a...
What does Buzz have in store? We're about to find out.
He's going to do it! Sharpshooter! Oh, man. Will Buzz be able to continue?
I doubt it.
Just go for the finisher already. I don't understand the delay. The object is to win the match, isn't it? Come on, let's go.
He breaks out.
He's not done just yet, Michael.
Oh, and he connects. There's no reason to lose your footing on a move like that. Come on, toughen up.
What does Buzz have in store? We're about to find out.
He's going to do it!
As Corey continues to criticize the action in the ring, allow me to take the other side of the argument. The last thing any... He hits it. Buzz brings everyone to their feet.
Looking for an opening for that finisher, it seems, and that's a smart move. Just hit the finisher, get the win, and get out of there.
Oh, and he slips out.
Wow, looked to me like he had it locked in pretty good. I guess not.
Look out, there he goes.
Knocked right off his feet.
Man, that hurts. Anytime a superstar sees an opening for their finisher, they got to take it, as Byron was saying. Elongating the match not only gives your opponent an opportunity to get back in it, but you're also running the risk of injury anytime you're in the ring longer than you have to be.
Yeah, but sometimes you just enjoy beating somebody up, especially if you're in the ring with somebody like Saxton.
This is a level of destruction no one was expecting. Oh, look at this backbreaker. Followed up with
Gable was a Minnesota State high school wrestling champion. From there, Chad competed in NCAA competition as a member of Northern Michigan University, and then followed his dream to the 2012 Olympic Summer Games. Chad spent almost his entire life competing in some form of wrestling.
that packed a punch. I need to point out that Chad Gable is from Minneapolis, Minnesota, which is widely known as a breeding ground for incredible athletes, especially amateur wrestlers and sports entertainment superstars.
Any way you look at it, Chad Gable's one of the most technically gifted.
What does Buzz have in store? We're about to find out.
He's going to do it!
That's anything but comfortable, guys.
That has got to be it. Okay, this time has to do it.
You got to think about using the finisher here pretty soon, I would think. Just pick up the win and move on. There's no need to keep this thing going longer than necessary.
Good point by Byron earlier. If there's an opening to execute the finisher, you got to take it. The last thing you want to do is let your opponent hang around for no reason. I can tell you, bad things happen when you do that. You don't believe me? Just go back and watch Skip versus Barry Horowitz from 1995.
I remember that like it was yesterday, Cole. Instead of putting Horowitz away, Skip thought it would be a good idea to do some mid-ring push-ups. And as you were saying, the decision ultimately came back to haunt him.
Wow, he got out of it.
Yeah, I'm not so sure. Had it fully locked in. You gotta believe this one's over. That's how you put an exclamation point on the end of a match, guys.
Well executed. And he breaks free.
Just when you thought he was out of this one.
Speed. What does Buzz have in store?
We're about to find out.
He's gonna do it!
Look at this.
That might be all she wrote for Chad Gable. Can Gable pull through?
He wants no part of the outside. Just like you mentioned earlier, Corey, Chad Gable utilizes all of his athletic tools to drop an opponent with grand amplitude. Thanks to Gable's incredible technique, once he gets that bridge in place, the match is over.
We talk a lot about Chad Gable's amateur background. One of the ways that background makes grand amplitude even more dangerous as a finisher is because Gable can get an opponent into it from so many different situations.
Toss to the outside.
We're seeing two outstanding athletes looking to prove their dominance in there, but only one can walk out victorious. Who will it be?
Nicely done as he gets out of the submission.
Color me surprised, Michael. I did not see that one coming.
He's inflicting some serious pain here.
And what a reversal from Chad Gable. Byron, you mentioned the submission match between Bret Hart and Steve Austin at WrestleMania 13. The rivalry between the Hitman and Stone Cold was so intense that WWE had no choice but to appoint mixed martial arts champion Ken Shamrock as a special guest referee. The Hitman didn't waste any time focusing his assault on Austin's injured knee.
Steve Austin was busted open, and in the ringside area, it looked like a tornado went through. Once locked in the sharpshooter, Austin refused to give up. Stone Cold passed out due to the excruciating pain, which was considered a submission, giving the Hitman the victory.
What does Buzz have in store?
We're about to find out.
He's gonna do it!
He hits it. Buzz brings everyone to their feet.
Just when you thought he had nothing left.
Oh, and he breaks free.
But the damage might have already been done, Michael.
I think this man means business. Chad Gable is in position.
Headbutt to the back of the neck. Look at this.
We may very well be seeing the
Super kick.
That might be all she wrote for Chad Gable.
impressive, but you gotta be careful if you go to the well too often.
I'll be shocked if that's not it.
Big time slam right there. Got it. You doing here, Corey? I'm with Corey. I suspect the finisher is on the horizon, and given how impactful that move has been as of late, I'd say there's almost no coming back from it.
He fights his way free.
But how much energy did he exhaust fighting his way out?
The damage has been done.
And he's taken down with authority.
I think I felt the ground shake on that one.
Chad Gable's been wrestling since he was...
What does Buzz have in store?
We're about to find out.
He's gonna do it!
Sharpshooter! Oh, man. That's what he was looking for, Michael. Things just went from bad to worse for Chad Gable.
Seems to me, guys, like we're just moments away from seeing the finisher, which could obviously put this match on ice.
The finisher could absolutely end this match, Michael, as you were saying, but it's not a guarantee. Sometimes it takes 2 or even 3 to get the job done, and even then, it's not a sure bet, a la Randy Savage versus the Ultimate Warrior at WrestleMania 7.
That's my favorite match of all time. Randy Savage landed an amazing 5 top rope elbow drop, but was still unable to put Warrior away. And you know what? He probably could have hit him with 5 more. There was just no stopping the Warrior on that night.
He had it locked up and made his opponent tap out.
That match might go down as one of the best matches in WWE history.
That was just one of those matches that the men involved should just be proud to be a part of. A legendary performance.
Here is your winner,
Don't move. We have a great match coming up next.
Taking on some tough competition.
Buzz is here!
and his opponent,
This is an amazing opportunity for Buzz. Just look at what a victory over Cena did for Kevin Owens when he first arrived in WWE. He went on to become Universal Champion.
I agree. If Buzz is able to defeat Cena tonight, it could catapult him to a whole other level.
None of that matters because I heard Buzz was begging people backstage to teach him submission holds. It sounds more like a man who's going to catapult right into a brick wall.
He's inflicting some serious pain here.
And just tossing him around now.
John Cena got him there.
Inside the ring now.
This might be it. Oh, my. Curtain call.
John Cena starting to take some deep breaths in there. He's going to want to make sure this doesn't snowball out of control.
I wouldn't call for the medics just yet, Cole. He still appears to be in pretty good shape here.
Yeah, but if you count him out now, guys, you'd be making a very big mistake. Mark my words. And look at the quickness by Cena. Lariat.
Oh, man, right to the arm.
Hyperextend your elbow. Lightning fast reflexes.
I'm not so sure the body's supposed to absorb that type of impact.
We're witnessing a level of punishment that can only be described as severe.
Oh, man! What a nasty STO. Now Buzz has Cena in the calf crusher.
A move he obviously learned from AJ Styles.
He did it. Buzz has made John Cena give up to the calf crusher.
I never thought I'd see that happen. Unbelievable.
For everyone who thought Buzz didn't belong in this spot, he proved tonight. Kurt Angle, now we've seen it all tonight.
Despite Triple H's best efforts to impede your progress, you have accomplished amazing things on SmackDown. I've been so impressed that I think the Raw audience also deserves to see what all the buzz is about. So that's why I've negotiated with Daniel Bryan, and we were able to agree on a special one-time trade, sending you to Raw immediately.
Well, I can't believe it, but the Raw GM has spoken. Buzz is headed for Monday night.
Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
I wish I could say good riddance, but we'll be right there with him.
It's been over a month since Buzz beat Nakamura in Japan, and I won our bet. Now Buzz beats John Cena at SummerSlam in a submission match, just like I said he would, and you still won't say it.
Okay, fine.
Come on.
Man, you're... Okay, fine. Man, you're annoying.
Yeah, come on.
You're a wrestling genius. There, you happy?
Say it with my full name.
Pete Clark is a wrestling genius.
Yes! Thank you.
Now, can we actually talk about what happened with Buzz after the SummerSlam match? That's what people want to hear.
Yes, since I am officially a wrestling genius, now we can move on. So let's talk about the huge announcement that was made. Buzz has been traded to Monday Night Raw.
This sort of thing is unheard of. He was just reaching the top of SmackDown with his win over Cena, and then boom, he's gone.
It has certainly turned the world of WWE upside down. I mean, think about the potential matchups for Buzz that we're going to get on Raw. Samoa Joe, Bray Wyatt, Elias, The Miz, Braun Strowman, just to name a few. I'm really excited.
Slow down, wrestling genius. Buzz could very easily lose to every one of those superstars you just named, because I think this move to Raw might be putting too much pressure on him.
Come on.
It's a lot to handle for someone who's still relatively new to WWE. Plus, if Buzz thought Triple H was getting involved in this business on SmackDown, it's going to be 10 times worse on Raw, where GM Kurt has to answer to Triple H's wife, Stephanie McMahon.
Well, you heard it here first. Buzz's career is headed for a downward spiral, and he's never gonna win another match.
That's not what I said. I just stated my opinion that's backed up by my experience as a WWE superstar. That's something a wrestling genius would have no clue about.
Oh, yeah, well, I strongly disagree. I think Buzz is going to be just fine. He's handled everything that's been thrown at him so far, and I see no reason that will change.
You know I'm going to have them beep that line I said about you being a wrestling genius when it airs,
What?
right?
You wouldn't dare.
We'll see.
There he is, Raw's newest superstar. I was impressed with what you were able to accomplish on SmackDown in such a short amount of time. Kind of reminds me of, well, me.
Well, thanks, Kurt. I hope there are no hard feelings that I didn't initially sign with you.
None whatsoever. We're just lucky to have you here on Raw now. So what's your plan tonight? Going to sit back and get a feel for things?
I didn't get here by sitting back and waiting for something to happen.
No, I guess not.
You'll be seeing me out there sooner than you think, and in a very big way.
We are gathered here tonight to celebrate a milestone that only the most successful television programs reach. This is the 100th episode of Miz TV. When my hand goes up, your mouth goes shut. Show some respect for the moment in history you are witnessing. Do you know the kind of blood, sweat, and tears that go into making a production like this week in and week out? No, you don't. Because you've never made one episode of anything, let alone 100. Now, in honor of this achievement, I put together a special documentary recapping the series' greatest moments that I'd like all of you to watch for the next 10 minutes. Please, turn off your cellular devices and enjoy the show.
Apparently, this is what Buzz meant when he talked about making a big debut on Raw.
This is unbelievably disrespectful to the Intercontinental Champion. But from what we've seen in the past from Buzz, I'm really not surprised.
Hey, maybe he wants to congratulate The Miz on making it to 100 episodes.
I doubt it.
What the hell do you think you're doing interrupting my 100th episode celebration?
I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm saving these people from having to endure any more boredom. Instead, I'd like to give them something actually worth watching. Me beating you for the Intercontinental title. And unlike that terrible highlight video, I guarantee that won't take anywhere near 10 minutes.
Are you insane? Or maybe you've just been inhaling so many fumes from your piece of trash van that you think you can interrupt my celebration and get a shot at my Intercontinental title.
What's the matter? You scared I'll beat you so bad that Miz TV will be canceled before it makes it to episode 101?
You know what? I think we got off on the wrong foot. You just got to Raw and we haven't been properly introduced. I'm Miz. Obviously. This is my beautiful wife, Maurice. And then there's the Miztourage, Curtis and Bo. Why don't you introduce yourselves to the new guy?
Well, we've seen this before. He deserves it for interrupting this historic night. It's 3-on-1. Maybe now we can watch the special Miz TV documentary he interrupted.
Please, no.
Ladies
Welcome
and gentlemen,
to another edition of TV's
Elias.
longest-running weekly episodic television program, Monday Night Raw.
Hello, I am Elias. I've got one question for everyone here tonight. Who wants to walk with Elias? Now, last week we had a newcomer arrive on the scene and challenge The Miz. He quickly learned that in WWE, if you mess with the bull, you get the horns. And when I say WWE, I am referring to the WWE that stands for Walk with Elias. We got a new guy here named Buzz, who got beat down by The Miz. If you ask me, it's only a matter of time before he's out of the biz. He drives around in an old crappy van like a homeless man. He reminds Elias a lot of all you dirt poor fans.
I never thought I'd be happy to see Buzz, but if it's to interrupt Elias's music, I would welcome an earthquake.
Seems like Buzz isn't a fan either.
Okay, I think I speak for everyone here when I say we've heard just about enough. Well, other than that atrocity of a song, I don't have a problem with you. Yet. But I do have a problem with The Miz after what he and his so-called Miztourage did to me last week. So, Miz, I'm calling you out right now.
Buzz must really want to get beat up 2 weeks in a row.
First off, Elias, I want to apologize for your beautiful acoustic set being interrupted by this simpleton who obviously doesn't appreciate art or culture. He did it to me last week, too. Second of all, Buzz, I don't care what you do or say. You're not getting a shot at my Intercontinental title. But since it seems like you're dying for a fight, I have another idea. How about you face the Miztourage in a handicap match tonight?
You know what? Sounds good. In fact, why not add Elias to their team too? Then I can beat all three of them and show the WWE Universe what a fighting champion is supposed to look like.
You are dumber than you look.
I second that.
Up next is a conflict that revolves around numbers, and it's all happening right here. Don't go away.
We have one of our breakout talents against a tuned group of combatants.
Remember, just because you have numbers on your side doesn't mean you're going to win.
The crowd is buzzing.
And his opponents, first, from Chaplin, Minnesota, weighing in at 228 pounds,
Michael Cole, Byron Saxton, do you believe?
Sometimes.
and from Brooksville, Florida,
Byron, I'm not going to ask you this question because you're not cool enough, but I'll ask Graves. Graves, are you ready to walk with Elias?
Negative, Ghost Rider.
And then he hits smack dab in the middle of the face.
Oh, I think this man means business. Getting the job done with a splash.
Oh, did you hear his back crack?
He's inflicting some serious pain here. So damaging.
Elias getting put in check here.
But it's going to take a lot more than that to stop him here tonight.
You never want to count a competitor out, but things don't seem to be going in his favor here tonight.
I think this man means business.
There are certain superstars who are synonymous with handicap matches. Of course, there's Andre the Giant, and more recently, Braun Strowman. But I don't think I've ever seen anybody in more handicap matches than Big Show guys. The force on that impact was unreal, guys.
Punishing attack on the body.
Elias definitely tiring out there. Can he do it here? Buzz with the easy kick out. Not yet. What does Buzz have in store? We're about to find out.
He's going to do it.
He's inflicting some serious pain here.
But he's got to capitalize now.
This thing is getting more chaotic by the moment.
Uh-oh. The Miz gives Elias his guitar.
Buzz gains control of it.
And he nails him with the guitar.
That'll do it.
Here's the cover. Does he have him here? There's one. There's two. They got him.
What an incredible victory.
Buzz somehow overcomes the odds.
Somehow, he cheated.
Continuous quest for the Miz's Intercontinental Championship.
Don't think I haven't noticed the impact you've made on Raw already. In fact, if you can beat Bo Dallas tonight, I don't care what Miz says. You've earned a shot at his Intercontinental title. And speaking of looking out for you, if Miz attacks you during the match, you'll still get your title shot. Wait, who says I'm not a good GM?
Keep an eye out for a receipt coming your way. For the broken guitar, if you get my drift.
I really hope you win tonight and get your title match with The Miz. I'm so sick of him and Maurice running their mouths. You'll be the first active superstar to be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame if you can pull that off.
Even if somehow you get past me tonight, you don't have what it takes to be Intercontinental Champion.
Yeah, I think you need to actually have visited another continent to be Intercontinental Champion.
We're A-listers. We visit different continents just to go to movie premiere or the hottest new club.
Florida's not a continent, right?
No, I don't think so.
But it's surrounded by water. I thought that's what made something a continent.
No, you're thinking of an isthmus. Hey, you know what? It's none of your business what continents we visited. All I care about is embarrassing you tonight.
We have a great match coming up next. We have one of the best talents on the roster to date against Bo Dallas.
You don't want to miss it.
The Indie Invader is here. It's Buzz.
And from Manchester, England, weighing in at 300 pounds, The Machine.
What's at stake here? If Buzz can defeat Bo Dallas, he'll earn a shot at Miz's Intercontinental Championship.
And keep in mind, per Kurt Angle's decision, if The Miz interferes on Bo's behalf, Buzz will still get his title shot.
Why doesn't Angle just hand Buzz the Intercontinental title? I mean, he's giving him every possible advantage.
I believe the goal is to make sure it's a fair match without involvement from The Miz.
Well, after this match, you and Buzz might be Bo-leaving otherwise.
That'll have you worrying about long-term injuries for sure. From what we've seen and heard tonight, there must be serious injuries.
Bo Dallas caught a little off guard there.
I fully expect him to bounce back, though. This is the type of one-on-one atmosphere where he thrives.
He just has to make sure this doesn't get too out of hand for him. Sometimes, momentum has a way of permanently swinging one way. That's what he wants to avoid here.
Whoa, he works his way out.
A bit of a Houdini job right there.
There's the backbreaker, guys.
Using all his power to drive him to the mat.
The biggest thing an opponent has to be aware of when they lock up with Bo Dallas is falling under an immediate attack. The Bo-leave-in-Bo spirit has consumed Bo Dallas, and this man is more ferocious than ever.
What is it that Bo Dallas is looking to do to change his look at this point?
The Bo Dallas we see now is much different than the individual who debuted in WWE in 2014. For someone challenging Bo Dallas today, they need to be ready to square off against a vicious individual.
What Bo Dallas has shown us is that he's willing to take out anyone at any time. An opponent must be ready for anything once they've been identified as Dallas's opponent. I mean, before they even get in the ring.
Bo Dallas showing us how to get it done.
What does Buzz have in store? We're about to find out.
He's going to do it!
He hits it. Buzz brings everyone to their feet.
Can't waste any time here. Can Bo Dallas pull through?
Trying to mangle his face here.
Got their opponent up.
Clearly on a mission here.
This one's over, guys.
We've got to see that again, guys.
So this might be it.
Cover. One. Hooks the leg. Kicked out at 2.5.
I thought he had him.
Wait, what's Miz doing? What the heck?
Why would Miz punch Bo Dallas?
Wait a minute.
The Miz is a genius. Since he hit Bo, Buzz got disqualified and doesn't get an Intercontinental title shot.
The Miz found a way around Kurt Angle's stipulation. I guess you have to give him credit for that.
Buzz is obviously upset about how all this transpired.
Tough night for Bo Dallas.
He'll be fine. And besides, he won the match.
I'd hardly call that a victory.
Yet again, The Miz finds a loophole to avoid defending the title.
I know. I'm just as frustrated as you are.
So what are you gonna do about it?
I'd like to give you your title shot anyway. But unfortunately, I just got off the phone with Triple H. And he said that since Bo Dallas technically won, you don't get to face The Miz.
Triple H can just overrule you like that?
Unfortunately, when push comes to shove, he can. And I'm not surprised that he did, given your history with him.
All right, well, if Miz and Triple H are refusing to give me an opportunity, then maybe I need to make my own.
Opportunity?
No. Title. I know a guy who can help me out.
You do whatever you think you need to do.
Hey, Cole. I need a favor. It's short notice, but you did such a good job making the titles for BCW that I wanted to see if you could make me a custom title for me to use on Monday Night Raw. Fine. I promise to call you more often, not just when I need something. All right, I'll email you some design ideas, but one thing I do know is that my title will only be defended in Thanks, man. You're the best. Yes, I still have the lucky keychain you gave me. All right, I gotta run. Thanks.
Ugh. I can't believe what happened in your match with Bo Dallas. Somehow The Miz continues to find new ways to be the most annoying person on the planet. You're offering me a chance to make Miz and Maurice look like even bigger idiots? Yeah, I'm in.
Just so you know, I still would have beaten you tonight, even if Miz didn't accidentally hit me in the face.
Yeah, it was a total accident.
We're not brainwashed. Yeah, we have minds of our own. Stop doing that. You first. No, you first.
It must really suck to think that you have everything going your way, only to have someone who's better looking, more famous, and more talented outsmart you in the end. Triple H has spoken. Thanks to me, you lost the match and your title shot. Are they bringing back the Divas title?
I am The Miz! And this is my lovely wife, Maurice. Say something to the audience, Maurice. That was wonderful, honey. You truly bring so much to the table and are certainly not just window dressing whose sole purpose of being in WWE is to follow me around from town to town, ironing my weird Matrix cloak dress that I wear. When my hand goes up, your mouth goes shut. When my right foot goes in, your right foot goes out. When my right foot goes in, you shake it all about. You do the stupid Miz dance and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. Because I'm The Miz, and I'm awful!
Since apparently our GM either thinks this is funny, which is impossible, or is just not paying attention to his own show, I am this close to dialing 911 to report 2 counts of aggravated character assassination.
Whoa, Miz. Sasha and I were just having a little bit of fun out here. No need to go overboard. I mean, besides, you didn't even let me get to the best part. Other than showing everybody how big of a goof you are, the whole point of tonight was to debut my new singles title.
You see, since you refused to give me an Intercontinental title shot, and then Triple H backed your little scheme with loser Bo Dallas, I was forced to make a title of my own.
You created your own title? Wow. What do you think this is? WWE 2K19? This is real life. It's not pretend time. You don't get to make up your titles. In fact, this is the most pathetic thing I've ever seen. And I've seen your matches on the indies.
You want to talk about pathetic? I think someone who refuses to defend their title, that's pathetic. Because even though this championship is brand new, it already holds more value than yours because I'm not going to hide behind it. I'm going to defend it against anyone at any time.
All right, champ. I have someone you can defend your made-up title against. Someone who's still waiting for payback for a broken guitar.
Like I said, anyone at any time. But you didn't give me a chance to explain that my title has some special conditions for how it must be defended.
What do you mean? Like the matches can only be held in high school gyms? Or there can't be more than 200 people in attendance?
Not exactly. My title will only be defended in steel cage matches.
The wait is over. This one's for all the marbles, and it's coming up next. We have one of our breakout talents against an imposing adversary.
Everyone knows what's at stake here.
The following contest is a steel cage match and is for the Underground Fighting Championship.
That music can mean only one thing. It's Buzz! Ready to walk with Elias.
Introducing the challenger.
I can't believe Buzz just sprung this title match stipulation on Elias. It's completely unfair.
I actually think it's kind of nice to see Buzz pull one over on his opponents for a change.
I agree. We're so accustomed to seeing Buzz at a disadvantage. Finally tonight, he gets a match on his terms.
Oh, I thought broadcast journalists weren't supposed to be biased, but I guess I was wrong.
Hits with the clothesline. Oh, I think this man means business. That could break a nose. Oh, and a strong Irish whip.
Walking around the city earlier today, guys, the only thing anybody was talking about was this title match. everywhere I went, from the coffee shop to the bookstore, everybody was talking about this match.
Jeez. Challenger starting to falter. He's going to have to cut off his opponent's offense quickly.
I think a lot of people right now are scratching their heads wondering how he let this match get so out of hand.
Byron, I had a similar experience as you this morning. Nearly every person at the gym I went to was talking about this title match, and rightfully so. This is an absolutely huge match.
Okay, wait. Let me get this straight. Byron spent the morning at the bookstore, while you, Cole, went to the gym. Matt, that's brilliant. You guys have any other jokes?
That's how you make an impact.
A big fight feel inside this arena here tonight for this huge championship match. And so far, I'd say these competitors have brought their A games.
You're absolutely right, Michael. This arena is electric right now. And I think part of it is their desire to be part of history. I think they're all anticipating a title change here tonight.
Cool your jets, Saxton. Let's not go crowning a new champion just yet. There's still plenty of match to go here.
Oh boy, he is rolling.
What does Buzz have in store? He hits it. Buzz brings everyone to their feet.
And the odds just swung in Buzz's favor.
Uh-oh, this might be the end of Elias tonight.
And maybe not. Just go for the finisher already.
What does Buzz have in store?
We're about to find out.
He's going to do it.
He hits it. Buzz brings everyone to their feet. The champion into the cover. And the fight must go on.
There's still a chance that we'll hear more from Elias.
Is it really that bad?
As Corey continues to criticize the action in the ring, allow me to take the other side of the argument. The last thing any superstar wants to do is go for the finisher prematurely. No good can come of that.
Yeah, you're really...
The champion into the cover! And the shoulder gets up in time.
Not yet.
Uh-oh, this doesn't look good, Byron.
Yeah, this is how people end up getting hurt.
It's got to be hard to rebound from that one.
And you can see that Elias is looking overwhelmed.
I would be too.
He's in over his head.
We've seen champions head into matches maybe a little too confident, only to be picked off in the end. And guys, I can't help but wonder if we're going to see that again here tonight.
You have to think that's it.
Speaking of champions heading into matches a bit overconfident, one of the most glaring examples of that would have to be the honky-tonk man's attitude heading into his Intercontinental Championship defense at SummerSlam 1988. And we all know what happened to him on that. The champion into the cover! Digging deep for a kick out!
Not yet.
I know anything is possible, but I just can't envision a new champ being crowned here tonight. The champ just comes into tonight with too much momentum.
Nice move.
Oh boy, he is rolling.
Byron, I agree that the champ comes into... What does Buzz have in store? Flattens him with a clothesline.
That's how you put an exclamation point on the end of a match, guys.
Oh, man, I'll tell you, it didn't look any less brutal the second time around.
Super kick!
Here's his moment, Michael.
Wow, let's see that again.
Man, he is simply a walking highlight reel.
Shoulders on the mat.
Unbelievable. This singles match is over.
And here's another look at what made that match so special.
I don't like to throw around a lot of praise, but my eyes tell me that might have been one of the great matches in recent WWE history. That was just one of those matches that the men involved should just be proud to be a part of. A legendary performance.
Here is your winner, and still Underground Fighting Champion, the Machine, Mark Tucker.
What a ferocious conclusion to this steel cage match.
I don't make the matches, but if I did, I'd put these two back in the ring ASAP. What an amazing match.
And that's the kind of act.
You showed up a few weeks ago on my show acting like you owned the place. You insult me and my wife and then cut every corner possible by creating your own title. Not to mention forcing Elias to compete with a random stipulation he wasn't prepared for. Well, I am sick of it. You want your match? You got it. My legitimate, illustrious title versus your second-rate imaginary title. At Hell in a Cell, we're done playing make-believe because I'm going to show you what it's like to live in the real world.
Buzz has his match with The Miz, so what's Kurt Angle doing out here?
I'm glad you two are finally going to face off, one-on-one. That's right, Maurice, Elias, and the Miztourage will be banned from ringside. And since Buzz's title is on the line, the match will be held under his title stipulations. Which means...
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
This night just keeps on getting better for Buzz.
And he'll look to keep that momentum going when he faces The Miz with both titles on the line this Sunday at Hell in a Cell. Up next is the long-awaited championship match.
We have a real fan favorite versus The Miz.
Nothing like a championship match.
The following contest is a steel cage match and is for the Underground Fighting Championship.
The superstar known as Buzz is here. Go ahead, Corey. Tell us all about The Miz.
The Miz is the man who single-handedly turned SmackDown from the B show to the show, a star of stage.
Introducing the challenger.
Here we go. Buzz's title and the Intercontinental title are on the line tonight in a steel cage match at WWE Hell in a Cell.
Buzz has everything to gain and nothing to lose. His made-up title is absolutely meaningless.
If that's true, then why did Miz issue the challenge?
Because, like most of us, he was tired of Buzz's antics and thought this would shut him up for once and for all. Little did he know that thanks to a wonderful GM, he'd have to compete under Buzz's ridiculous rules.
Well, none of this would have happened if Miz hadn't weaseled his way out of an Intercontinental title defense. Nonetheless, that's all history, and certainly more history will be made tonight.
Believe it or not, fellas, some people are speculating whether the champ should have to defend the gold against what some are calling inferior competition here tonight.
Nice job by The Miz.
Corey, I think you're just trying to drum up controversy. I haven't heard any whispers about the champion having to defend against inferior competition.
Yeah, inferior competition? That's nuts. I'm willing to bet the champ started that rumor in an attempt to get into his opposition's head. Either that, or Corey's just making stuff up, as you alluded to, Michael.
Just a crushing backbreaker.
Guys, a loss here for the champion would be incredibly embarrassing, especially considering all the trash talking I'm told that's been going on behind the scenes. I don't want to reveal my sources, but let's just say there's been some pretty harsh words being tossed around.
Oh, the reversal by The Miz. Taken off his feet here.
And it's moves like that that make him so dangerous.
I don't know who your sources are, Corey, but it wouldn't surprise me at all to learn that the champion has been a little cocky heading into this one.
And there's nothing wrong with that, Michael, especially considering just how dominant the champ has been of late. When you're that good, you have every right to bow your chest out a little bit. Oh, Buzz just barely got out of the way.
He's targeting the midsection here.
Takes him down in a major way, too. Call me crazy, but this might be one of those rare instances where the champion actually enters the match as the underdog. I know it sounds odd, but it really seems like the champ is up against a headwind here.
The Miz with the offense. You're not crazy, Byron. The champ certainly has an uphill battle here, and while it's rare...
What does Buzz have in store?
He's inflicting some serious pain here.
This could be it.
You have to possess a different type of focus to punish an opponent like this.
The champion into the cover.
Buzz wins and keeps the title.
That match is worth another look. Here we go.
There's good, there's great, and then there's downright unbelievable WWE action. Ladies and gentlemen, you just got a taste of the unbelievable kind.
You're looking at the first ever superstar to simultaneously hold the Intercontinental title and, for lack of a better term, the Buzz title.
Yeah, his carry-on bag just got a little bit heavier.
Yeah, if I were The Miz, this match would be under protest. It should have never taken place under these rules.
Well, it did, and now we have a new champion. You can protest all you want, but it's not going to change what happened.
You did it! You finally shut up The Miz.
I don't know about that, but I did beat him and take his Intercontinental title.
That's good enough.
Thanks for helping me along the way. We make a pretty good team out there.
We did.
If you ever need someone to dress up in a ridiculous costume to send a message to one of your opponents, I'm your guy.
I'll remember that.
Hey, Sasha, you mind if I have a moment to talk business with the champ?
Yeah, no problem.
I was thinking about calling myself Champ Squared, actually, you know.
Yeah, about that. Not to put a damper on your big victory, but according to WWE regulations, You're only allowed to hold one singles title at a time. I could try to circumvent the rules and let you hold both, but Triple H would just force you to vacate one anyway.
You really know how to ruin a party.
I'm sorry. So which title would you like to keep? That had to be a tough decision. If it's any consolation, I'll give you the rest of the night to celebrate with both championships.
Thanks.
Some big news happening on the indie scene involving the BCW and Baron Blade, and unfortunately, once again, it's not anything positive. I have it on good authority that BCW will be closing its doors, and all future scheduled events have been canceled after Baron's double cross of his protege Buzz played out in front of a worldwide audience on NXT. Not too many wrestlers, or fans for that matter, were lining up to do business with Baron. Reports are that attendance dropped drastically, and debts were owed to various wrestlers and companies, which led to Baron trying to right the sinking ship with his own personal finances, even putting his house on the market. But apparently it was too late for BCW, which is unfortunate because at one point it was a viable option for wrestlers outside of WWE, and also another choice on the menu, if you will, for wrestling fans. Now, despite how you may feel about Baron Blade, this is no time for celebration, okay? In my opinion, the more wrestling that's out there, the better. And I'm not going to rejoice when someone loses their livelihood or their home, despite any questionable decisions they might have made in the past. While Baron Blade has hit a rough patch, it's been quite the opposite for his protege Buzz, who's had a ton of success since being traded to Monday Night Raw, most recently defeating The Miz at Hell in a Cell in a title versus title match. Now, if Buzz can avoid injury and any of the other setbacks we've seen superstars suffer, then the sky's the limit for this blue chipper. I just hope that with the loss of his mentor coinciding with his quick rise to the top, that someone is there to keep his ego in check and also look out for his best interest. But when you have instant success like he's had, I have no doubt there's a giant target on his back in that locker room.
Buzz, you're Intercontinental Champion! Do you know how cool that is? I mean, Bret frickin' Hart was Intercontinental Champion. The Ultimate Warrior, Shawn Michaels. Now you! And none of them held the title I designed for you at the same time. Well, I mean, to be fair, it didn't exist then, but still, you get my point. What you've accomplished it... Oh, man. I'm so sorry. I'm just so excited for you. It's unbelievable. I mean, I wrestled you in bingo halls in front of 20 people for $15 and a hot dog. And now we're here. I'm sorry. I'm just cutting onions right now. And listen, I'm sure you're out celebrating, but I'm between Japanese tours right now, so hit me back up when you get a chance, okay? I miss you, man. All right. Bye.
Hey, Intercontinental Champion. That was quite a win you had over The Miz. Yeah, I know we still haven't talked, but I wanted you to know I've continued to watch you every week. And I'm not going to stop. No matter what happened between us, you'll always be my protege. Oh, I don't know if you heard, but I had to close the doors on BCW. Attendance took a big hit without you and Cole, and I guess some people didn't want to work with me anymore. Apparently, controversy doesn't always create cash. And I'm not telling you this for sympathy or anything like that, just thought you might want to know. Anyway, congrats again. Hopefully we can talk soon.